Hello, welcome to my channel and my first video. And I wanted to start my journey with trying to get out of debt by doing our debt confession. So I labeled it Debt Confession 2023 because there was a point last year and the year before we were working on things we had just never wanted to record it at that time, though I'd been watching budget videos and have been budgeting since I can remember, since budgeting videos were a thing, or even before then. But now I think that having a channel will give us additional accountability and even more what do I want to say? I'm trying to think of what I want to say. But give us even more courage to get it done with as soon as possible. So here I'll be putting that out for the entire world to see. And if you have any debts or anything that you haven't put down pen to paper and kind of scared to see, feel free to whip out yours and do it with me, and know that you are not alone. We're all in this one together, yeah. So just to move on, so here I listed who we owe, our debtors. I'll be putting that there, our current balance. And for a lot of my debt, or our debt, that includes my husband and myself, a lot of our debt is student loans. So I will be putting the full payoff balance, not what it currently is, but the full payoff amount, what it would be if you had paid the monthly payments for the 20-25 years, or how much. And then if we have minimum payments, I'll list them there, interest rate, and the PSLF remaining box is for my loans. So I did work for local government for 9 years. So I did qualify for some PSLF. I'm hoping that once it's updated again this year, it'll take even more time off, but I'll start with what we have and go from there. So our first debtor is Mohila, and these are all of my student loans, and they are not like in any particular order. They start with 3, and some numbers are not present, and that is because some I've consolidated, so they're consolidated together, so they no longer have their initial numbers, or a couple of them I have paid off. Again, we did start paying debts well before now, but so I don't have the full history of those. And on our Mohila number 3, which is mine, the current balance is, full payoff amount is $22,470.27. Once our 0% whole interest is no longer, it would be at an interest rate of 6.8, and it has, if it was in pay status, it would have a pay amount monthly of $171.25. I'll move that over for now. And so far I have, according to the PSLF amount, I have made 64 qualifying payments. So that would be a remaining, out of the 120, of 56 payments left to go. So that is the first one. The next one is Mohila number 4. That one is $11,729.06. The minimum payment, if it was in pay status, would be $89. $0.44. And this one also has an interest rate of 6.8 if it was in pay status. Okay, this one would also have 56 remaining payments. So that should give you only a slight idea of how old I am. There were some years I was in forbearance or deferment for either being in school or just not in a position to be able to pay it. You know, my husband and I, we did get married fairly young, still married happily. And then God blessed us with twins. So life happened very quickly. And, you know, and having 2 kids at once is more expensive than people care to admit. You know, people in general typically think twins are fun, and they are. They are fun. They are lovely children. We are very blessed to have them, but it's also very expensive. Okay, so Mohila number 5, and this one is at $8,607.87. And if this one was in pay status, it would have a minimum payment of $65.67. And this one would also have a 6.8 interest rate and 56 payments to go. We go to number 6. Number 6 has $8,100.06. The minimum payment would be $61.79. Also 6.8. And this one also has 56 remaining payments. Okay, number 7 is $4,370.16. This one would have a payment of $49.21. And this one is a little bit better at 4.45%. This one, no PSLF payments so far. And now we go to 8. So PSLF 8, $2,746.04. And minimum payment would be $32.69. And it'd be 5.05. Ooh, pardon my handwriting. I don't like the way that looks. So, not that I have the best handwriting anyway, but I just definitely don't like the way that 5 look. Okay. This one also does not have any qualifying PSLF payments. Next is number 9. And $1,102 and no cents. So number 9 starts with my more recent loans, which would only be 2 of them. So number 8 and 9 are more my most recent loans, and that is because I changed careers, went back to school, and I floated the rest of it cash, but had to take a couple loans here and there. So those are more recent, having acquired those in 2018. So far, no interest has been added to those. So, and number 9, if it was in pay status, we have an interest rate of 4.53 and a monthly payment of $12.64. And no PSLF payments. So the next one is number 11. It skips 10. And this is one of my consolidated loans. It still doesn't have a quote-unquote high balance, but it's $2,995.38. And I believe this loan was considered like through my actual university, but in order to qualify for like the income contingent repayment plans, it had to be consolidated. So I had actually been working on paying that one off fairly tough. I don't remember when we started, but there were some months there we were giving well over $500 a month to knock this one down. So this one will have a payment of $34.36. And like I said, we have been paying on this one pretty tough. So out of the 120 payments, I only have 8 payments left on that one. So yeah, after the credit cards, which will be coming up, that one we'll be working on that one simultaneously to get it out of here. So 11 would have a interest rate of 5% even. Okay, and final of my student loans. This one is a consolidated one and another doozy, $22,779.15 with a 5% interest rate. And the payment is a big one at $261.39. And this one, let me just double check my math. Okay, this one would have 66 remaining PSLF payments. So again, this one is consolidated. These two and these here occurred with my first bachelor's degree. So I have a bachelor's, then I went back to school to change careers and went to an associate program, and then subsequently got another bachelor's, but we paid cash as I was going to school for my second bachelor's, so there's nothing owed there. And paid a good portion for the associates, but 8 and 9 is from that one. So then we get to hubby's. And he has 2 loans, student loans. And he was an out-of-state student, so his are some doozies as well. And I think because he was out of state, this only covered like a year. We have paid some of his off over the years, so some are gone. But his first one is $19,483.74. There's no minimum payment on this one or interest rate. We have to work on rehabbing these, so that's why that's the case, and he doesn't qualify for PSLF. And then his next student loan is $2,789.05. Again, need to rehab those and get them in good state. So with the PSLF, it's not like these, there's so many months left that it actually may be more beneficial to just go ahead and pay them off versus waiting. This little one here will just make its 8 regular payments. There's no point really of paying that one off when there's other debts to be more concerned about. And because we both were Pell Grant recipients in our first degree, we are hoping that if that $20,000 forgiveness is granted, that we will qualify for that, which would pretty much wipe out most of his debt. You know, we are below the income limits for, you know, a couple working. So we're hoping he will qualify for that and wipe out most of his debt, and then we'll just pay whatever's remaining on this one once we get it back into, you know, all the perfect status and whatnot. And then hoping that either this one or this one, most of that is canceled, and it'll just make the rest of them a little easier to deal with. It's not perfect, but yeah, like over the years, all of these have pretty much almost doubled from what I actually borrowed versus what it is now with the interest. So like sometimes just looking at these numbers, it's hard to even breathe because I'm like, I didn't even take that much. You know, that's not how much I actually borrowed, but interest is real. Okay. Then next is credit cards. And thankfully, we only have 2 of those. And the first one has a balance of $5,317.66. And that has a minimum payment of $93 a month. And this one, this interest rate, it gets me. It's 14.9, which I guess for a credit card isn't terrible. But this one, number 2, gets me. $870.32. We just made a substantial payment, so I'm not sure what the new minimum amount will be. It was about $100, so I'll just put that there. But this one, like, why? Okay, and technically, we would have our children's braces. So they're twins, and both of them decided to have the same teeth issues at the same time. One is a little, you know, requires a little more than the other, but essentially they're the same. So I put braces 1, braces 2. Currently, we have a health savings account, and it's paying these, so it's not we're not paying out of our pocket currently. We were paying for them up until the beginning of this year, and with both of them together it was like $305 a month. The amount, because it's currently being paid by the HSA, I don't even know if we should really put it, but it would be $2,831 for child 1, and that would be minimum payment of $149, no interest. And for child 2, it would be, again, one of them has just a little more work than the other one, but it would be this amount. And so that would be child 2. So this is where we're starting. So let's start by adding everything up. Oh boy. $119,155.76. Like how are you supposed to be able to even breathe? And I'm going to calculate the minimum payments as well. Even though we're not currently paying the minimums on student loans while they're on pause, it's still good to know what we may have to pay, and so we can brace ourselves. Uh-oh, I lost count of where I was, sorry. $1,276. $1,276 and 44 cents. Right. So I'm gonna move you a little bit here. So what I will be doing every month is, you know, starting with whatever the balance is, the total amount we paid that month, what the new balance is after payments. The amount paid last month, I don't know if I'll really fill it out, but I may, just to see if like we're adding more to it, taking away from it, like a good way to remind yourself how to adjust. And then the difference between last month and this month's payments when it comes time for that, and the total amount, the percentage of the total amount paid. So I think it's important to keep track of that, just for a little motivation too. Like, you know, 1% paid is better than 0% paid, and so on and so forth. So just to keep track of those. So yeah, this is where we're starting as of now. Again, we had start payments in the past, and if I remember correctly, at one point we were well over $125,000 in debt. One of our vehicles is completely paid off, so that doesn't count. The other vehicle is a lease, so I'm not counting it currently as a debt. I have less than a year, we're about a year left on the lease, and more than likely we will be buying it out. That's where we're leaning. That may change, but if we decide to buy that out, then it will be added here as a debt, so it may go up. But in the meantime and in between time, this is where we are, and we're hoping, you know, things will just come together. I will do our next video of the plan I have so far for at least 2023, and that is assuming our income doesn't change, that meaning we don't get any raises or increases. We'll kind of put it there, and then I'll also hopefully be able to show you like our monthly budget, and do a video on that, so that can be shared. And yeah, and that'll be a way again to hold us accountable, and you know, get us back on track, and just give us some momentum to go with. I'm also doing some challenges, only a couple. I'm not, you know, I'm pretty simple, as you can see from the black and white paper. I don't do a whole lot, but I will show those. And yeah, so here's where we are. I want to thank you for watching this video and joining in with me. Again, if you are on a debt confession, or a debt payment journey rather, then hey sis, hey bro, hey them or they, you are not alone. We are in this together, and you know, yeah, we can do it. I'm rooting for you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.